Hello everybody, welcome to another video here on the channel. Recently I had just made a video on why you guys should not be purchasing that OKO carb, the PWK OKO. And I mentioned that I was going to be getting a new carburetor, and I had just got this, and I'm going to use this video as kind of an update video. And I'm sorry my camera's not focusing, there's just not a lot of light in here, so maybe if I back up. So I'm going to use this video as an update video of what's been going on, because I've made some minor changes to the bike. And, yeah, so let's get right into them. First of all, let me go over a little bit of this carburetor here and how it compares to the other one here. I hope my camera's kind of focused for you guys. It may be a little bit weird. But I'm going to go over this carburetor and just some changes I had to do and things I like and things I don't like. So let's just start straight off the bat with the things I don't like. Number one, the this carburetor is a 24 millimeter. The one I was using before is a 21. So this thing is pretty overkill for a bike like this. This is for like a 100cc racing bike. It's not meant for this, but it hauls. I'll get into that later. But things I don't like about it is the actual intake is bigger, right? So it's a 24. But the way it's designed, it's smaller than the actual fitting is smaller than the 21 millimeter used to be. So I had to absolutely torque this thing down on here so I don't have any vacuum leaks. And after lots of usage of carb cleaner to see if I've got vacuum leaks, I noticed that I actually have a vacuum leak over here. Right. Let me see if you guys can see. Oh, right here. This little nipple. I didn't know that was there. I'm not really 100% sure what that is, but I think that's for like people put those little booster bottles on them, and I think that's just like an easy hookup. So I think that's what that is, but not a big deal. I'll just plug that up later. It's not a big vacuum leak anyway. Obviously, it's probably dampening performance, but right now I don't care. The other thing I don't like about it is the air intake is smaller than the 21 millimeter, so I actually had to go out and buy a new hose clamp for right here. So I actually went out and got that today. And when you clamp this thing down as hard as I got it on here, this thing moves around. It doesn't come off, but it just moves around. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, that's another thing I don't like. And to kind of sum it up, this little fitting right here is the last part I don't like because I had to change this to a hose clamp. It's not a big deal, but as you can see, these zip ties have been working really well for me. Keeping everything clamped on nicely. And then I had to switch to a hose clamp for this, but that's not even a big deal. So let's go to the pros. It was very easy to tune. I didn't even have to change any jets. It came with the jets I needed in it, which was perfect. Just messed with the air screw a little bit and the idle screw, and I got it completely tuned in. Another pro is it does not take up so much throttle cable. I wish I could show you this, but the other carburetor, the throttle cable is too short for it, and it idled a little bit higher than it should have, and you couldn't adjust it with the idle screw. So to actually have a throttle cable that's smaller, or it doesn't need as much throttle cable to actually run. So I was able to actually adjust this so there's no screws rattling around up here. Sorry, this. But yeah, that was a pro for me. Another pro is it looks really good. It's a nice looking carburetor. It's cool. I wish they came in green to match like the green accents on the bike. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, another switch I made to this bike, moving off of the carburetor topic, is my fuel. I was running 16:1 in it last time, I think. Last time I talked to you guys, I was running 16:1, and that could have been problems to my carburetor failing. But it was all clear. I could see straight through the jets. But anyway, that's besides the point. I switched to 50:1, and I was running 16:1 because I wanted to break it in. Then I was going to switch to 32:1. But then I got to thinking, I mean, it's just a two-stroke motor. All two-stroke motors, you can run them on 50:1. And I know, if you know a lot about these bikes, someone will go down in the comments and say, hey, that's not enough lubrication. It doesn't. It really, I run a 2-cylinder 18 horsepower motor, and you might say, well, that's bigger, but I mean, that doesn't make very much sense because it's the bigger motor should use more oil because it's got a bigger cylinder. But anyway, this runs perfect on 50 to 1. It runs much better. You get much more power out of it, and it's just it was a great overall upgrade to this bike. So if you're looking for more power, definitely switch your fuel. Like, that is a big must-have. Anyway, so I switched the carb, switched the fuel, and then I had some problems. I was riding today, actually, and my chain kept popping. And the thing that causes that usually is this sprocket to be loose. And I looked at it, and it was really loose, so I rode home, and I was looking at it, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I'm missing a bunch of spokes because I snapped them. Now, I'll go into that in a second. Here's these spokes. The bike, these spokes are really small. They are not meant for this kind of application, and I'm actually going to be getting heavy-duty rims here soon, thick spokes. As soon as this one's done, but I fixed that. It took me like 2 hours almost to get that fixed. It actually fixed my chain tension too, which is nice, because it's not wobbling around and stuff. But I fixed that problem, and I had to remove a couple spokes, and people are going to say, well, that's not good for your bike. I don't care. I don't care about this rim. This is the rim that came on the bike. It's been on this bike for, almost 5-6 years now. So, yeah, it's a 6-year-old bike. Not that old, but, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about that back rim. I was going to get new ones anyway, and I actually got new ones right here, but it turns out they are the wrong type. So yeah, but I got nice high rollers to put on after these tires give out eventually. I know they will, especially this back one. I've been doing some burnouts maybe. But I mean, that's basically the main changes I've made. I could go really into depth on this bike and tell you everything that's on it, obviously, and I probably will in a future video. But yeah, so performance I'm getting out of this bike with the new carb, it's extraordinary. I think I'm running anywhere between, going uphill I could do 32 to 35. Flat ground it's like 48, 49, and going downhill is 50. I know it's really impressive actually for a bike I just built. And that was just with the stock jets and everything I had in it. It runs really good. My speedometer, I found out, is wrong because I had 2 phones in my pocket that both said I was doing 48 on flat, and this thing was only saying I was doing 32. So I know this is wrong now, so it's like 10 miles an hour off. But yeah, that's about it on this bike. It's been quite a journey to get this far. And there's obviously a couple things wrong with it. I could go in depth with everything that's gone wrong. I mean, the only other thing besides the spokes is this muffler, the exhaust, not a muffler. This little bracket broke off of it. It's not a big deal. Kind of is, but it's not really. And then I just got to give her a cleaning soon. Clean it every once in a while. And that should be it. But I got everything pretty organized on it now, and I'm ready to finally just take it out when I want to. This took me about a month to get it to this point. I actually I got it to the point where I can just, hey, I want to go out, I'm going to go out. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Sorry I made this video so long, but I just wanted to get in depth and tell you how the bike was going. And maybe tomorrow I will make a riding video. Who knows? It's cold. It's very cold outside, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.